In this video, I will show how to use a linear function in an application. Here we have a function s of t equals negative 1.8t plus 9, where s is the height of a fallen sheet of paper and t is the time in seconds. First, let's try to understand what's what in this equation. So 9 is what we would refer as a y-intercept. But interpreting this in the context of the problem, it is the initial height of the paper. Meaning when t is equal to 0, the height will be 9 feet. What's the meaning of negative 1.8? It's the slope, but in the context of this problem, it's the rate of change. And it also has units. So the units here are the output units, which is feet, divided by the input units, which is seconds. And it's the rate of change of height per 1 unit of change in time. So that means the height changes at the rate 1.8 feet per second. If you think about it for 1 second, you'll be able to identify that this quantity represents the speed of this falling object. And now it seems like we understand the model. Now we can answer the questions. So the question in part A is asking us what is the velocity of the sheet of paper, and velocity and speed is the same thing here. So it's almost the same thing here. Velocity has a sign of negative 1.8, speed is just 1.8 feet per second. So since the question is about velocity, the answer is negative 1.8 feet per second. How high is the sheet of paper after 4 seconds? We interpret this question as literally as finding the value at 4. So what is s when t equals 4? So plug in 4, we get negative 7.2 plus 9, it's 1.8 feet. So the height of this falling sheet of paper 4 seconds later will be 1.8 feet from the ground. And finally, in part C, when will the sheet of paper reach the ground? We interpret this question as solving the following equation. We want to find the t, the time, when the height is equal to 0. That is, the paper reached the ground. So solving this equation means we have to solve this simple linear equation, and t will be negative 9 over negative 1.8, which is 5. So the answer is the sheet of paper will reach the ground after 5 seconds.